drukt katje trek. McCourt like trow and the dun good tree. The void knick is him again. Shame on leg Gilamar. Shame on his Gilamar. Swing my shame for a swing. Oh, quick my Gilamar. Shame on leg Gilamar. Shame on his Gilamar. Swing my shame before a swing. Oh, quick my Gilamar. Beam shot one and watch couple. A quick quick slam watch low. A squeal man who come yo. Snarry but churish kill of Shame on it, Gilamar. Shame on his Gilamar. Soon the shame before us spring. Oh, queen again, Gilamar. Nilar on queen go sugar non. His kneel go gary queen check no. Shame before us spent. Oh, queen again, Gilamar. Shame on it, Gilamar. Shame on his Gilamar. Soon the shame before us spent. Oh, queen again, Gilamar.
Last Saturday, the 23rd of January, our dear friend and comrade Peggy McCourt died as a result of COVID-19. Peggy's death was a huge shock to the entire community, not just in Derry, but right across Ireland. In normal times, Peggy would have been buried in the Republican tradition, but the public health guidelines prevent us from doing so at this time. In offering condolences on behalf of all Republicans to Magella, Shauna, Sinead, Eamon, Danielle and Ryan, we also want to commend you as a family that even in this time of grief and pain, the dignity and courage that you have shown in honouring Peggy and the great regard that you have shown for the safety and well-being of ours is incredible. This is a tribute to Peggy, husband, father, grandfather, brother and uncle, our friend and our comrade, a former Oglach, an ex-political prisoner and a Republican activist.
I was walking towards him, like, he put just a gun, you know. And then the next thing, I shouted to the boys, no, watch, is a gun. And they were shooting from behind me, you know, and I was shot in the back and the side from my right hand side. And to be honest, you know, for about the next, it seemed like an eternity, but it probably lasted for about a minute. They just seemed to be a whole heap of shot, you know, like I seen George, like George was standing there and he was giving everything that he could, you know, I can't away. And it's just then, it was over as quick as it started, you know, and all I heard of was cars spreading away, like, and I got a new lower coat. My wife had just bought me a new lower coat. And that was my prime worry. I said, I'm going to get killed here now if this coat's ruined, like, you know, so that's what, I was lying there and I said, jeez. And then I actually seen George, you know, sliding down the car, and I thought, I said, well, he's all right, you know. Then I said, then we were put back under the car and taken back to Craig.
On the slopes of the Craigan, one morning in May, 4 lads left their base with hearts young and gay. Their cause was for freedom, a cause undenied, and that foreign oppressor they went to defy. While patrolling our streets, they met with the foe, and with guns at the ready our lads had a go. So we raise up our hands and we'll curse that British land, who torment the very hearts of men who dare to cross their path. But my heart is broken too. Won't you tell me what to do? They couldn't stop our George and Pop, and they'll not stop me and you. For the place it went silent when the shooting died down. 2 young lads, they lay dead on the streets of our town. Another 2 lives lost for the ongoing fight, and in Derry were mourned on that fateful night. So we raise up our hands and we'll curse that British land, who torment the very hearts of men who dare to cross their path. But my heart is broken too. Won't you tell me what to do? They couldn't stop our George and Pop, and they'll not stop me and you. Now Georgie and Pop, they lie cold as stone. They died fighting for Derry, their own native home. So always remember, and don't ever forget, they died fighting for Ireland and we owe them a debt. So we raise raise up our hand, and we'll curse that British land, who torment the very hearts of men who dare to cross their path. But my heart is broken too. Won't you tell me what to do? They couldn't stop our George and Pop, and will not stop me and you.
The main oration on behalf of the Republican movement will now be delivered by Republican leader and former friend and comrade of Peggy McCourt, Raymond McCartney.
Son public tonic galir, but while on Marquette's Cove Rome a horts, le clan Iman Peggy McCourt, a fur bas jersahan shokecha. Ta shiv in our smincha egen tam brunuk shaw. Ta our kriha brischa ak tamij ambrojo as a cara a glake Peggy. On behalf of the Republican family, I want to extend our heartfelt condolences at the loss of our dear friend and comrade, Iman McCourt, affectionately known to us all as Peggy. Peggy was taken from us on Saturday through the illness COVID-19. It not only robbed us of a most respected Republican activist, it also robbed us of the opportunity to gather as one and lay him to rest in a fitting manner. At another time we will come together to mourn and celebrate the life and loss of our comrade and friend. To Majella, his wife and soulmate, to his children, Shauna, Sinead, Eamon, Danielle and Ryan, his 9 grandchildren, to his brothers, Tony, Jimmy and Patrick, to the McCourt and Fisher family circles. No words I speak here today will lessen that sense of loss, that feeling of emptiness as you try in some way to understand how the centre of your life has been so suddenly taken from you. I hope the outpouring of support and solidarity that we all witnessed as Peggy battled hard through this illness will in some small measure help you see the highest regard that he was held in by his friends, comrades, the people of Craigan and throughout Derry. Peggy was very much a Craigan man, proud to be from it and of it. His life, his loves, his thinking, his devotion to his family all shaped it. He understood well what it took to build a community, to build a culture of resistance, because when he was growing up, it was all around him. He not only wanted to be part of it, he ensured that he always cherished it and in time played his part to grow and strengthen it all the more. His family were very much part of the fabric of Craigan, part of that generation who stood up and declared that second-class citizenship would no longer be accepted nor tolerated. Eamon's mother, Peggy, was part of that generation of women who not only built a home, a family, but who built a community of self-help and with a spirit of resilience that until this day has never waned and remains a beacon for all our communities. The civil rights struggle, the Battle of the Bogside, internment, Bloody Sunday, Free Derry, the freedom struggle, the hunger strikes shaped the McCourt family, and they helped shape those momentous events. No strangers to the hardship of house raids, arrest, brutality, interrogation, Peggy's brother Patrick spent many years in Long Kesh on the blanket protest. These were the experiences all around Peggy from boyhood. These same experiences influenced his thinking and the decision he made when he became a volunteer in the ranks of Ogla Nairn. Those who worked alongside him speak of him as a fearless, thoughtful, courageous and dedicated Oglach. Someday, when it is more appropriate, when our history is recorded, that the role played by Peggy will be shared and cherished. He epitomised no part too small, no part too big. For Peggy, it was a case, if it needs done, then let's get it done, and done well. That is why he is held in such great esteem by all who knew him. He married Majella in March 1980, childhood sweethearts, and over 41 years of marriage, they built their family and home life on the values and principles that they inherited from their parents and from their own life's experience. Peggy and Magella, proud of their family, worked hard to ensure opportunities denied to them as they grew up would be available to all their children. Peggy took great satisfaction as his children became parents. Much of what he did in life and struggle was to allow you to grow up in a world where inequality and injustice would not deny you your right to prosper. With Magella always at his side, you were a constant source of joy. You are now his legacy. Carry that forward. Think of him. Let him be your guiding star in all that you try to achieve in life, and your father and Granda Peggy will be forever a happy man. His loss will be felt hard by you all. Such was his love and devotion to you, and now he will be absent from the many things and times often taken for granted. May 28th, 1981, the day that he lost his two friends and comrades, Oglak's Charles Maguire and Oglak George McBurdy, killed in action, and Peggy seriously wounded, then arrested and spending many years in the hitch blocks. From that day, and no doubt until he drew his last breath, George and Pop were never far from his thoughts. It was a day, a time that influenced his approach to life and struggle. He understood loss and the sacrifice demanded by activism, and his work throughout his life in whatever capacity was influenced by that. He worked tirelessly to ensure that the memory of his fallen comrades would be honoured, and his contribution to the work of the Cregan Monument Committee and the Derry Graves Association is testimony to that. In times of great political change and challenge, Peggy, in his quiet, unassuming manner, always sought out the answers to his own fears, doubts, concerns, so that he in turn could allay the concerns of others. Central, core to how he viewed the potential of the peace process was the impact it would have on the quest for United Ireland. Would it strengthen, enhance our ability to end British domination in Ireland? For him, struggle, activism, leadership was about being decisive, fearless, always standing tall and strong. For us, our lasting memorial for Peggy is to continue that quest that was very much part of his life. To his family, to Magella, Sinead, Shauna, Eamon, Danielle, Ryan, to Tony, Jimmy and Patrick, we all know what he meant to you as a husband, father, grandfather and brother. But know this, to us, his Republican family, he was of that generation of volunteers, leaders, activists, freedom fighters, all who inspired us every day of our lives to keep moving forward in that certain knowledge that our day will surely come. And when people asked, what was it that gave someone like Eamon Peggy McCourt the will, the desire, the strength, the drive to do what he did? Bobby Sands spoke for us all when he said that it was and sminu a Jaron Lina, the undauntable thought that says, I'm right. Peggy, Slana Walla, Cully Savdid, Betu Inar Smincha, Gujo.